How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about why we are not headed towards a crypto bear market and why things are actually looking up right now. This is coming from one of the richest people in crypto, and I'll go behind the scenes and show you some of the reasons why he might be saying this. Also taking a look at some of the massive events that are coming this week and over the coming couple weeks. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I really appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. Also, you can get some of the most up-to-date content if you hit that bell notification, so that way you are notified right when I post a video. Now, before we go any further, I do want to tell you there is a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to start trying leverage trading. I would only suggest this for highly experienced traders, but they are giving you a $50 bonus to pay trading fees, and when you deposit 0.004 Bitcoin, you get an additional $50 bonus. They also don't have any KYC, which I know is important for some people, so definitely check out the link underneath the video. Now, the cryptocurrency market is about sideways for the last 24 hours. We have come up a little bit from when we were at 36,000 over the weekend, but right now what's making, I think, a big news right now is probably not crypto as much as it is stocks. Some of these stocks right now, some of the high growth, speculative, especially some of the automaking focused stocks are up huge today. I mean, we have companies like Lordstown Motors up 22%, Workhorse up 15, Matterport up 15, BNGO up 12. We even have companies like Tesla, they're up 8% here today. So we're seeing a rotation back to some of the higher risk plays. And part of this might be because we are seeing a massive earnings week. We have companies like AMD, PayPal, Alphabet, GM, Meta, Qualcomm, Spotify, Amazon, Ford, Snapchat, some of the biggest companies in the world are announcing. I think this is by far the largest week for earnings of this quarter. And we saw really good earnings from some of the NASDAQ companies last week with Apple and then also Microsoft. And we are finishing that out this week. Now, I will say, we have seen a close correlation with crypto and stocks, and that's a little bit exciting. When we are seeing stocks turn up, we might see crypto turn up as well. Now, we did get some news recently, about 3 weeks ago now, almost. U.S. lawmaker hints at upcoming crypto legislation as Jerome Powell says Fed will release report on digital currencies soon, and he said they would come over the coming weeks. So this might be a little bit of a bomb when it's dropped, and people will freak out trying to analyze what it means. Overall, I think regulation is good. I say that because for large money to get really comfortable, they would rather see more regulation and just make it be a little bit safer than what we have right now. I mean, think about this. Let's say you're getting 20% in something, some kind of interest rate like an Anchor protocol. If they could bump it down to 17% or 16%, maybe even a little bit less, but you knew it was guaranteed, would you take that? I know a lot of people would, especially if you have a large amount of money that you want to put in there. We do have some news too. Facebook reportedly ditched DM stablecoins with asset sale. So we've heard about Facebook trying to get into cryptocurrencies for a long time, but they just announced something really interesting here today. We know that they're transitioning to the metaverse. They have their earnings this week, so maybe they'll talk a little bit more about this, but they are going to Brazil to trademark Bitcoin and crypto services. Meta published the application for registration on January 25th and is awaiting opposition prior to INPI approval. So they're trying to trademark crypto products and services related to trading wallets, exchanges, and platforms. And this is interesting. They've tried here in the US, but now they're pushing out a little bit to Brazil. Design, development, and implementation for software for third-party verification services for digital currency transactions, involving Bitcoin. So they are trying to get in on the infrastructure side. Even if they can't create their own stablecoin, they want to be involved in some way besides just the metaverse. So it would be interesting if we got a little bit more information about that here when they announce earnings. Now, covering some of the other news, the illiquid supply is continuing to go up while the price is down, right? We just have all-time highs for the illiquid supply, kind of leading up to that point too, where eventually we should see a supply shock at this rate. We are definitely bound to see it at some point, but we do need a demand for it. It doesn't matter if the supply keeps on coming down if the demand goes down faster. So right now we are seeing more illiquid supply, but hopefully there is some massive race to get their hands on more cryptocurrency because of some kind of big news. This is where I want to talk a little bit more about the coming crypto winter. We're going to talk about one other piece of news for Cardano here in a moment too. But FTX exchange breaks $32 billion valuation despite crypto winter fears. So they raised another $400 million worth of funding shortly after the US-based sister firm raised the same amount last week. So even though people are worried about the coming crypto winter, large money is still investing. So this is coming from Canada's Teachers Pension Plan Board, Tiger Global, SoftBank Vision Fund, and others. And this is coming from Sam Bankman-Fried. He says, I think we're not entering a long-term crypto winter. There have been changes in expectations of interest rates, and that's been moving the crypto markets, but it's been moving markets more generally as well. So he's saying we're not headed towards crypto winter, and I would have to agree with him. I think for there to be crypto winter, you have to get to a blow-off point or have something change fundamentally, right? Right now, we're seeing more adoption coming from everywhere, and we never saw that blow-off top. So I think crypto winter is really when most people sell out and they just decide that it's not for them. I think we've come down a good amount, but a lot of people that I know are adding to their wallets and adding to their bags like they've never done before because they see the long-term potential, and we're getting this divergence, just like the illiquid supply and the price. We're seeing this divergence of fundamentals going up, getting better and better, and the price coming down. So where Bitcoin was a 15x, let's say, to $1 million, now it's a 30x. So it's twice as good for risk-adjusted returns. Now, we also have a ton of people that will most likely start investing in these cryptocurrencies this year because a large number of banks are going to offer trading to their clients, which I think will help the demand side. There's going to be more demand because more people will want to use and buy Bitcoin. Now, coming over to some other news for Cardano, we know that Sunday Swap went live a couple weeks ago, and their total value locked has climbed up until about 68 million, which is a good thing. We need more on there, and they've had some issues with scaling. They've had a lot of congestion, but we do have the second DEX that launched today. So they have completed their audit and launched on mainnet. This is ADAX. So if you guys want, you can go read a little bit more about them, but they are the second DEX coming to Cardano, hopefully locking up some more Cardano, helping the ecosystem. I still think there's a lot of congestion and they need to be able to scale better than they are doing right now, but this is a step in the right direction with more DEXs coming online. Now, I want to hear your thoughts about all this underneath the video. Do you think crypto winter is here? Do you think it's still coming? What do you think about the stock market here today? Why do you think things are pumping up so much? Because it is a beautiful day to be in stocks, especially some of the high risk stocks that have sold off so much. Let me know all your opinions underneath the video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.